Welcome to Soul Infused Monday. I am Sonia de la Torre, and I'm excited to be here for a new show with you today. My voice is a little bit scratchy. I don't know. I'm a little sick. So bear with me. Let me know if you guys actually hear me, if you can see me. Leave a comment below. My voice, I'm going to do the best I can to project. But please let me know if you hear me well. And welcome again to the Soul Infused Monday show every Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Today, hosted again from beautiful San Diego. Happy Monday, Sonia. Shirley, hi, happy Monday. Okay, you can hear me well, okay? So I need to get settled in here. So I want to talk to you about today, before we get started into what I'm going to talk about today. I want to invite you to take a moment to connect with yourself and to check in how you really feel. It's very interesting for me especially when I travel in the US, having grown up in Europe, when people ask you, hey, how are you? And nobody really cares how you are. It's just, let's just say that. Totally, it's like a habit even, right? So I want to take a moment and give you the opportunity to do that for yourself and here in the group and check in, how are you doing today? And before you just automatically answer, oh, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm great, take a moment, even close your eyes unless you're driving. And I know that some people are driving, so they can't really comment. But close your eyes for a moment and take a nice deep breath. Let that be the start of today's show. Take a nice deep breath, close your eyes, relax your body, and ask yourself for a moment, how am I feeling deep inside? What's the truth of how I'm doing in this very moment? So take a moment, really take a moment, give yourself that gift of your own presence, connecting with yourself. Put any distraction away that you might have. Close your eyes, take a nice deep breath, and check in, how am I doing? And come up with one word and share it in the comments. And let me see who else is here. Emily, I can hear you. Wonderful. Hi, Emily. I'm so happy that you're here. Shirley, lots of hearts. Erica, hi. Ariel, hi. Jessica, hey. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So for those who are just jumping in, I'm just starting today with inviting you to take a moment to really check in, how are you feeling today, and to connecting with yourself and being present with yourself. If you have done it in a moment, just share, how are you doing, and be honest. Be honest, and it doesn't matter how you feel. Whatever you feel is totally valid. Whatever you feel is there's no right or wrong. Maybe you are sad, maybe you are anxious, maybe you are happy, maybe you feel like you're in love, maybe you feel lonely. Maybe you feel vulnerable. Maybe you feel powerful today. What's the core of your feeling right at this moment? And share it in the comments. Also, if you're watching the replay, do it. Not just listen to it. This is always a beautiful opportunity to really tap into the energy of doing this together, regardless if it's right now live or right now while you're watching the replay. Okay, so Jessica is feeling peaceful, beautiful. Shirley is feeling calm. Ida is a thumbs up. What's that? What does that mean? How do you feel? One word, just one word. And I'm doing this with you because it's a great practice of being more present. The Soul Infused Monday show is really to set the tone for the rest of the week. And for some of you, it's morning. For some of you, it's afternoon. For some of you, it's evening. For some of you, it's already Tuesday because you're watching the replay. You can always decide in every moment, anytime, anywhere, to recommit and to become present with yourself in this very moment. Because only when we're really present, we can enjoy the life that it's inside of us and around us. So dare to be open, dare to be honest with yourself first, and then share in the comments, how do you feel today, right now in this very moment? Quite fine, actually. That's funny. Quite fine. So that's a funny answer. I like it. Good morning, Natasha. Joanne, you are impatient. Yeah, thank you for your honesty. You're feeling impatient. Yeah. That's actually gonna apply very nicely to the topic today. So stay here, stay with your impatience, and don't go anywhere. And you're happy. Okay. So one of the things that I want to share about today is: Have you ever tried to learn something new, to shift something, to change a habit, or to nearly learn something new, and you were frustrated in the beginning, and you felt like you suck at it, and it was kind of like challenging to get going in the beginning? Does anyone relate to that? And I certainly can. I give you a very simple example. I recently moved to the Dominican Republic. Everything is different there, so I wanted to find something that would bring me joy, and I've decided to learn how to surf. I never wanted to surf. I'm 46 years old. I thought, hey, learning how to surf now, I don't know. But anyway, my point in sharing this with you, so I had my first lesson, and it was really, really hard. It was really, really hard. I didn't enjoy it yet. It was the hardest thing I've done in a long time. And after that first lesson, I wasn't even sure if I wanted to do it. Like, I didn't feel like it. It wasn't fun. I wasn't good at it. And so it's very easy for us to give up when in the beginning we don't feel that's actually a great feeling. Can someone relate? Share with me. Yes. Okay. And Lisa, you feel secure. That's great. So I'm sure that most people can relate. My point in asking you this is, one of the things that we sometimes forget is that's very normal. That whatever we want to do, learn, shift, change, in the beginning, we are not good at it. We suck at it, because otherwise it wouldn't be something new. And at the same time, we are putting ourselves under so much pressure, and we are impatient, Joanne. That's why I was thinking that we often give up before we even get to enjoy the results. And so one of the biggest mistakes that most of us do when we embark in something new, and that can be something practical, like learning a new language, learning a new sport, learning something outside of yourself, that applies also when it comes to your inner state, to your inner being, to your inner growth, to your inner work. If you decide to love yourself more, if you decide to do the work, to peel off the layers so that you can become free, to love yourself, to communicate freely, to live a fulfilled life with beautiful relationships where you get your needs met, where you feel worthy, where you feel that you matter, and when you get up in the morning because you feel like so inspired. When you make that decision in the beginning, you're not going to get good at it right away. You're not going to feel fantastic right away, or when you decide to meditate. So, number one, just be aware and be totally at peace with that it's not going to happen overnight, and that it's normal not to be good at it in the beginning when you get started. Okay? So, and one of the things that we do that often sabotages our results is that we put too much pressure and we have too high of expectations. So let me give you an example. Last year when I left after the hurricane, I was up and down for months, didn't have my routine. Long story short, I didn't exercise the way I did, so I'm very much out of shape right now. And I didn't pay too much attention, and it was fine. But when I flew here to San Diego, I nearly missed my flight, or I felt like I've missed my flight. I would miss my flight, and I started running at the airport like a crazy person with my backpack, and I really didn't want to miss that flight. My point in sharing this with you is I was so out of shape that I felt like, oh my God, my heart was pumping, and for a moment I had that thought, oh my God, I'm going to get a heart attack. And for a moment I was just like, wow, Sonia, I don't want this. I want to feel better. So I decided to run again. So when I was here in San Diego, I've decided to start running again. There's a point in me sharing this with you, so stay with me. in the past, or what I did and what most people do. So I want to start running again, or maybe you want to go on a diet, and we get super obsessed about and super pressured, like, okay, I'm going to run for 30 minutes or 60 minutes. I'm going to give it all. You give everything, and or maybe you want to go on a diet, and it's like, I'm going to get rid of gluten, dairy, sugar. I'm not going to eat anything anymore. So you put yourself under a lot of pressure on very high expectations. What that does is that the next day usually, or after a few days, or whenever, how long you can keep up with that, is that you feel too much pressure. It's no joy. You don't get results right away overnight, and you often give up. It's a very common mechanism. It's a pattern. And you being aware of it, you can change that. And what you can do instead is, in my example, I decided to go running for 10 minutes. In the past, like 10 minutes is nothing. For someone who hasn't run in a while, 10 minutes is a lot. So first of all, it doesn't matter. Don't compare yourself with anybody or anything. Choose something that will get you started, but that will keep going without you feeling totally exhausted, totally overwhelmed, and something that will make you feel good to get started. Okay, guys, let me know. Does that make any sense? Let me just, of course it makes sense, but does that make sense to you? Does that relate to you? Can you relate? I'm going to check the comments here real quick. Yes, Natasha, yes. Took me over 1 year to release and step into power. Yeah, absolutely. It takes time. Definitely, yes. Skiing. Yeah, I love that. Yes. Hi, Alyssa. Maybe that's why my one word is rebellious. Okay, good. So you guys can relate to that. So one other thing is, first, be loving with the way you feel. Be totally in acceptance that it will take time. And only if you give up, you will not get there. I want to be very clear with this. No matter where you are in your life right now, if you're frustrated, if you're impatient, if you think it's not going to work for you, if you have things like, oh, I've done so much, it's never going to work. It doesn't matter what you are, in which loop you are, in which story you are. It doesn't matter. As long as you stay committed and you keep going, you will get where you want to be. The only thing that's going to make you fail is when you quit. And watch your thoughts, because our mind is very tricky, and it will come up with the most exquisite excuses. I don't have time. I don't have the money. I've tried already everything. This is not going to work for me because X, Y, and Z. Like, that's okay. Don't judge it or anything, but be very aware that as soon as you start doubting yourself, your mind will come in and try to talk you out of it. Or when you're doubting yourself, you're going out and ask other people for their opinion. And of course, first of all, they don't really know what's going on, but it's more like, watch out. Is it that you're really asking for an opinion, or are you asking for approval or validation? So stick with it no matter what, and take small steps at a time. Like, I started to run for 10 minutes. I actually ran then 12, so I was really proud of myself. The next day I ran for 15 minutes, and then the next day I ran for 20 minutes. And it was so funny to observe my own thoughts. Like, after 3 days of running, you look at yourself, oh, I haven't lost any weight, or I'm not feeling so great yet. I was just running 3 days, right? It's about the awareness of your thoughts. And do something that will keep you get going, and that makes you feel good, okay? So take off the pressure. Choose to do something every day consistently, because it's funny, I'm just get to do the same thing again. I got sick, so for 2 or 3 days I didn't. Yesterday I ran, today I didn't, because this morning I felt really like crap. And so I get to do the same thing over and over again, like all of us. And here's one other key that I want to give you, that it's going to really make a difference. So, and you can apply that to everything you do. What time? Yeah, 5 more minutes. And if you have any questions, guys, write it down, and I'm happy to answer them if I have time, or later on when we are not live anymore. So take the pressure off, choose one simple step, Stay consistent, consistent, consistent. If you stay on it, you will get there no matter what. The second piece that I wanted to share with you is that instead of focusing on the outcome, like let's say it's running, diet, loving yourself, making money, it doesn't really matter what your goal is, what is your vision. We are very often attached and focused on the outcome, the results, the numbers, let's say. So instead of focusing on the amount of weight that you want to lose, or the amount of minutes that you want to run, or the amount of like results, I think you get what I'm saying. Does that, let me know if you know what I mean. Like instead of focusing on that, ask yourself every time the question, will this make me feel better? Will this take me closer to my vision? If it's a yes, you move forward despite all your fears. If it's a complete no and you know, hey, this is not taking me where I want to go, this is not making me feel better, this is not gonna make me feel get better, you have a very clear guidance deep inside. So let's say your goal is to work on yourself, to really love yourself, to come to that place of peace, love, and joy deep within. And you get to decide something. Maybe you want to enroll in a program, or you want to do a seminar, or you want to hire a coach, whatever it is. And, or anything. Oh, you know, you want to lose weight. It doesn't matter what it is. So the next step is maybe, okay, I get to invest in myself, or I get to drink more water instead of alcohol. And then when you get anxious or you're doubting yourself, ask the question, is this gonna help me feel better? Is this gonna help me fulfill my vision? And when you do that consistently and you train yourself, you're making decisions out of vision and not out of filled fear and guilt. Gear, okay. Not out of fear or guilt, instead of you're really focusing on your vision. Okay, I hope this is helpful, guys. Let me know. I'm gonna take one last minute here to check in here real quick, and leave me a comment. What's the most valuable thing? And seriously, when you're here, you engaging and you're interacting will reinforce whatever you took out of this and whatever you're internally, I need to take a sip of water. Internally, you're setting the intention to. So take a moment, like the first moment when you took a breath and you felt, how am I doing? Tune in and check in out of this Soul Infused Monday show today. What is the number one thing, the most valuable thing for you? Share it and commit to practicing it consistently. Okay, I'm going to be here one more minute. Let me see. Relatable. Yes. Yeah, Lisa, too high expectations. Yes. Small, keep manageable. Yes. Commitment and consistency. Absolute. Loving is so important. Yes. Hi, Silvana. Fantastic. If it's not hell, yes, then it's no. Yes, Joanna. Fantastic. Okay. Yes, will this make me feel better? Will this take me closer to what I want and fulfill my vision? Love this. Okay, yeah. If you keep that consistently, it will make a huge difference in your life. And then you get to take action. You get to make the right choices. You get to invest in yourself. You get to move towards wherever your vision leads you. Fantastic. Post it. Remind yourself. You will forget about this. I tell you, we are all the same. Make a post-it. That's why when you write it here in the comment, it already anchors it more than if it just stays in your head. Everything that's just in your head is not going to have the same impact that if you put momentum and energy into it. Okay? Okay, let me just read the last few comments and then I'm off for today. Oh, and hey, super important, don't want to forget about it. And I said that last Monday. Every last Monday of the month, I'm going to have a special guest. So next Monday, I have a beautiful woman as a guest here. She's one of my business coaches. She is into super deep connection. She is inspired to helping women all over the world. And she is going to be my guest next Monday live here on the show. So come back, come definitely back. And it's going to be amazing. Okay. I love the idea of asking ourselves these 2 questions often to check in. Yes, fantastic. You look beautiful, by the way. Thank you, Alyssa. You know, a little makeup and some good light helps. Thank you, Kelly. Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Have a fantastic start of your week. I love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you next Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. And if this was valuable for you, please share it so that someone else can benefit from it as well. Much love.